In Recognizer settings, we're going to set how the objects will be recognized from structural model to analysis model. If the walls will be recognized as 2D, slabs as 2D and beams as 1D. You can change this in this menu for the current groups, and also we are able to create the new groups. And just for testing purposes, we are going to create a new group and assign it as a solid. To assign the member to the group, we need to select group on the left side and then select the object in the 3D scene, and then the plus button next to the group will appear. Just click on that plus button and it will be added to that group. You can always verify by the counter icon next to the title of the group. Now I'm going to map the materials. I will need to find a property where the modeler stores the information about material. For example, this one. Now I'm going to pick that attribute and select it in the property selector. Now the model and the object is grouped by that attribute, and I can easily assign the material by clicking on that pen icon. I can also use the grouping of the objects like that for another filtering, because the selection filters are still available on the right. So for example, this looks like something that I missed out before, so I'm going to remove it by selection filter. When the material mapping is done, I'm going to show the cross-section mapping, and for that I'm going to switch to the steel structure model. Workflow with the cross-sections is very similar to the materials. First you will need to find the attribute where the cross-section attribute might be stored. In this case it's the description. So I'm going to pick the description in the properties selector again, and it will group the objects within the model based on that attribute. You can see it's a long and extensive list of the various cross-sections in this model. And for that we're going to use the smart mapping. Click on the pen icon and it will open the mapping dialog. There you can very intuitively find the cross-section family, group, category and find your cross-section. In this case it's the I section and it's W from the Imperial Library. And now about the smart mapping. Because we kept the smart mapping on, all we need to do is to just map one of the cross-sections within that group of the W's. It will automatically look in the list, and if it will find any similarity, it will map all the others. You can store the mapping to the Excel sheet, so it can be used in the future in the case that you receive similar project with similar mapping. Before we will proceed to Recognizer itself, we will check the settings. There are animated tooltips which can guide you about the settings. Mainly, you will be playing around minimal sizes, length for the 1D and area for the 2D. And now, let's move to the Recognize itself. You can see here that any object below specified limit was added to the special group, and now it can be easily deleted in the second run of the Recognizer.